So we got the GTI in the garage for the first time, taking a look at the rough couple of years that it's had. For the next rally, we are adjusting our lighting situation. We've got some KC lights that are gonna be going on. I never claimed to be an electrician. It would seem that this is a consequence of my own actions. So I had somebody come up behind me on the interstate the other night and flash me down as if my lights weren't on. I know my headlights were on, so I pulled over to check my lights and everything was fine, but I did notice that my tag lights were out. I don't know if that's what they were on about. It's a weird reason to flash somebody down on the highway. Like, would you do that?
No.
But anyways, I noticed my tag lights were out, so let's take a look at it.
What?
No tag lights at all. Nothing going on, nobody home. Are you helping, Potato? So let's pull them out and see what's going on. I have aftermarket LEDs in there. From what I recall, they just plugged into the little housing that held the bulb in the stock tag light housing. So those housing, like it was...
Oh, brother, this guy stinks!
I don't know how to explain this. I'll show you when we get in there. Tiny little flathead to pry it out.
Creep, bro.
Fuck. Feather? How did you... The lights can't come out because the license plate is in the way. We'll pull the plate. Let's see what we got here. Oh, whack. It would seem that this is a consequence of my own actions. So I plugged the LED into the stock socket, but I didn't plug the stock socket into the LED housing. That guy's got some serious corrosion going on. And I imagine the other one is gonna look the same. Yep, same fucking thing. So it was not sealed up at all, and it has just corroded, both of them, which seems awfully convenient timing. I imagine one of them was probably out for some time and I didn't realize it. It looks like that thing's definitely gotten some of the winter salty water bullshit in it. Hey! So I found the stock ones. I'm sure I will go back to an LED, but for now, we're gonna put the stock ones back in since they're not completely ruined, like those LEDs are. Those LEDs are probably completely ruined. I'm not gonna bother trying to fix or clean them up. Just gotta find the right size bulbs for the sockets and put the stock ones back in. Got a pack of bulbs here. Maybe some of them are the right size. There we go. Let's see if it works. I'm just gonna hit the unlock button because I think that does it. Easy day. We'll get this other one swapped out and we'll be good to go. Hit the button again, make sure they both work now. Dope. Man, they could have gave me just one more fucking inch of wire to play with here. Bean, can I help you? Man. They really made that exactly the length it needed to be. One more. His senses are motion-based. If you're really still, he can't see you. Let's hit the lights. Woo. Now Subaru Outbacks won't flash me down on the highway. Like, I don't understand though. Like, he pulled up and flashed me as if I had done something to him. And then when I rolled my window down and pulled back next to him, he like took off as if we were racing. Like, if I was warning somebody that they had a light out, I would communicate my fucking message. I would tell them the thing I was trying to tell them. But instead he decided we were now racing. People just be doing shit, man. Now that that's out of the way, I have to do something about this overhead. We've got a lot of cords and such running across the ceiling, held up by random strips of duct tape, unnecessary bundles of cords, just strips of black duct tape securing drop cords to the ceiling. Ceiling is a little bit janky in here, so we're gonna get that squared away. I got a couple of rolls of white duct tape, and I'm gonna just, you know, cover these things in white duct tape so that they're less obvious. Because every time I'm editing and the camera does this and I can see the cords and shit, I get self-conscious about it. And I don't want you to see my shame. So we're gonna go ahead and get that squared away. All right, now that it's cold in here, this is the before. And there we go. Now instead of random bits of black and silver duct tape, it's held all together by random bits of white duct tape. Make sure you subscribe and check back in, because I couldn't have done it without you. So we got the GTI in the garage for the first time, taking a look at the rough couple of years that it's had. You said some kids were playing on your hood?
They were dancing on the hood of my car, yeah.
Hey, you.
That's a door ding.
Yeah, carbon has definitely seen better days. Pretty chipped up on the corners too.
Yeah, it's almost as if somebody was like whacking it with a stick that was like about yay high. But I never was able to catch them and go find their parents.
Certainly needs vacuumed out. I always did like these plaid seats. It's a shame to see them get just tossed in the trash in exchange for a roll cage.
Life is the way it is.
So the GTI is still too low to get into a car wash. So it's a particularly low boy. Why is your car so low?
Because while we were drunkenly installing a set of coilovers, somebody decided to run them all the way to the bottom.
Race car. Definitely need to adjust the coilovers. Since it's too low to get into the car washes, today is just gonna be an interior day. So get it a little more cleaned up and presentable on the inside. All right, stupid headliner is out. What do you think? Does it look better?
Looks fabulous.
Much improved. It looks better than it did.
Oh, that's my registration. That's expired.
Yeah, you'll have that. You shouldn't have to update that every year anyway. That's stupid. Do you know how many cars we have, DMV?
Billions and billions and billions and billions and billions and billions.
Do you think we have time to go re-register 1 million cars every year? Damn, that's very expired. I haven't seen that address in years. Woo!
1 hour later.
So for the next rally, we are adjusting our lighting situation. We've got some KC lights that are gonna be going on, and there's not really anywhere good to mount them on the front of the car. You know, with the stock grille and such, I'm not quite ready to commit to just bolting lights to the hood or the front bumper or anything yet. So we got a mesh grill from CarbonMiata here that I ordered through Goodwin Racing because they have it on hand instead of waiting 6 months for CarbonMiata to send it. So we're gonna get that unpackaged, see if we can get it thrown on. There we go. This mesh grill, we'll mount some lights right up behind it. We've got these KC Flex Era 3s. They're an SAE approved fog light that also have a high beam spot pattern. So we're gonna be rigging them up, basically just to shine right through this grill. Don't know exactly where, but we'll get it figured out when we get in there. First, we gotta get the bumper off. It's a little low. Do you think we should pull up on the ramps to make it more accessible?
Yeah.
I don't remember if it's Phillips or what up under there. Let's pull up on the ramps.
Creeper.
I know there's some fasteners along the top and along the bottom, but there's also a couple inside the wheel well that we've got to pop that fender liner for. So we got the front bumper off, no problem. Well, small problems. Gotta figure out how to get the stock grill out of here. There's a ton of these clips all the way around it. And we have to do some trimming. You see the grill goes all the way up to this plate here that actually reinforces the skin of the bumper. And if you take all that out as well, it makes the bumper a little flimsy. So we're gonna actually trim it right here so that all that upper bracketry stays in place. And we're just replacing the grill itself. So let's see how that goes. Stock grill's out. It looks like it has all the same fixtures for those clips, so maybe it'll just pop right into place super easy. Wouldn't that just be crazy? Well, it was going easy, but these top ones are not. How's that look? It looks like it sits a little too far out.
Yeah.
But now it's definitely sitting out too far with it clicked in place. That's certainly sitting out too far.
Yeah.
Slap a couple of zip ties to hold it where I think it should be. That's what we're gonna do. Drill a little hole and slap a zip tie right there so that it can't physically come off. Got a zip tie where I think one is needed. It's clipped mostly into place. These top clips I'm purposefully not clipping back in because it makes the grill sit out too far. I had to cut the bracing right here on each side so that the bumper skin is still supported by this bracketry. And that's it. New mesh grill is on. Not that bad. I'm not impressed with the fitment on it. It does not sit the way that it should, but you know, it's cool. Just zip tie brand new parts to make them work. That's fine. It'd be like that. Now let's take a look at how we're mounting these lights. What I'm picturing is these lights just bolted right to the bottom of the bumper here. So we've got this bumper beam painted black because it's visible through the new grille now. We're also replacing the stock wimpy horns. We're gonna replace that with a pair of hella high tones. Alright, that's the last bolt for the horn. Alright, go give her a boop and let's see if it works. Jesus Christ. It's got horns now. Now we gotta see about actually physically mounting these KC lights. These lights with their little mounting bracket here. I think we're gonna go this way and secure them to this crossbar here. I don't know exactly what that guy is pretending to do there, but that's what we're gonna go with at first, at least. We're gonna see if that works. So we got them physically in place. My assistant here, what are you doing? Do you know what that does?
Uh-huh.
What's it do? Yeah, same. So, got the KC lights mounted on here. Good enough for now. Wiring's a little bit of a mess. And I'm trying to relay it into the headlights and the high beams.
I'm doing this and doing that to fix it.
And she's gonna fix it.
There you have, folks.
So she's gonna fix it, and I actually don't have to do literally anything else because she's got it all by herself. She's got the wiring under control. Got a whole rat nest of wiring. Got the main harnesses run down here, but still not quite sure how I'm gonna draw power. I want the fogs to be relayed into the low beams and the spot beam to be wired into the OEM high beams. So I never claimed to be an electrician. We're gonna be here for a while. So I got it wired up properly. We've got our relay here. The low beam and high beam signal wires for the KCs are tapped into the high and low beams for the headlights themselves. We're grounded off of this fella back here, and hot's going straight to the battery, and it's all feeding out of that relay right there. So, should be good. We turn the headlights on, and we got yellow, and then when we hit high beams, bright yellow. So, working exactly the way I had hoped it would. Now I just gotta put all this shit back together. Whoa-pow! And just like that, it's magically back together. So, got the headlight back in. Got lights mounted up. Theoretically, they still work. All right. But the angle of them is obviously very loosely set. We're gonna have to do some tilty adjustments. I'm gonna loosely align it on the garage. I don't wanna go for a full-on cruise without a bumper on, and I have to have the bumper off in order to adjust them, so I'm gonna loosely set them on the garage door, and then we'll just do a slow lap of the neighborhood and see if we think it's where they should be. And if that looks good, if that checks out, then we'll get the bumper put back on. I'll drive to work like that tomorrow, and if it needs any further adjustment, I'll be just pulling off, I'll just have to pull off the bumper again and adjust it. But hopefully we can get it right the first time, because pulling the bumper off is not a big deal, but it's a minor inconvenience. So, let's get it aligned on the garage door and then go do a lap around the neighborhood. We're gonna go rallying. It's fucking rally day.